Yusuf, good afternoon. So kidnappings, especially of prominent South Africans, was quite rife in the past year. Has the picture changed at all?
Good afternoon, Tembakile. Yes, we've had a few dozen prominent business people, largely of Indian origin, being kidnapped over the past few years. We know in neighboring Mozambique, this problem has been going on for a very long time, and just recently several wealthy businessmen were also kidnapped. The police rescued 2 of them last week. Now, we had a businessman in Bedfordview, Johannesburg, kidnapped 10 months ago. Hanif Mohammed was held in captivity, and we've now had confirmation from family sources that he was released about 2 or 3 weeks ago. A large sum of money ransom was paid in Mozambique. The only other active, in fact, we have 2 other active cases as well. A Cape Town businessman, Noor Karim, age 64, was taken at gunpoint from outside his cash and carry in Epping in September last year. We also believe that a large sum of ransom has been paid, but he has still not been released, and the family is obviously very, very concerned. And we have an Ethiopian businessman that was taken in the Boysens area of Johannesburg in December. Again, a ransom was paid, but no sign of this particular missing businessman as well. And that is also the source of concern. So it appears that these criminals, while some arrests have been made, are still very, very active, Tembakile.
And there's a worrying trend on the horizon with COVID-19 still gripping the country and the rest of the world, Yusuf, and it has to do with the stealing of personal protective equipment from schools which need that PPE in order to reopen successfully come Monday. What movement are we hearing on that score?
Well, we know that the Department of Basic Education has confirmed that over 2,000 schools have been broken into or vandalized since the lockdown began on March the 27th. It's a major problem. We know schools are preparing to get ready. The MECs have been to various schools watching that all the processes are in place. We had a school in Pretoria where on 2 occasions over a weekend, the criminals broke in and they were targeting PPEs, masks, sanitizers. It also appears that school governing bodies in some of the cases may be involved, and that's now the subject of a police investigation. In Gauteng, about 100 arrests have been made so far, but it appears that these criminals are now going for the PPEs, seeing it's quite valuable, and also the concern that they are going for the sanitizers, looking for alcohol, it appears, and that is why some of the MECs have indicated that they might just have to leave the sanitizers and ask the schools to use soap. So the Basic Education Department in Mekele has called on communities to take charge. They said they cannot have security at every school, and they said that communities must now protect their schools, and this trend of criminals attacking our schools is becoming a very worrying one indeed.
Yusuf Abramjee, and some other latest crime trends, including attacks on courier vehicles and doctors in the south of Johannesburg being attacked as well. That is also going to be a big talking point as we enter the peak season for COVID-19, as it were.
Tembakile, the worry is from Monday when level 3 kicks in, a lot of normality will return. It appears the criminals are going to be more and more active. We need to be on our guard. We know that during the lockdown period, there's only been about 4 cash-in-transit robberies. When you look at year-on-year, about 26 last year, we've had a number of courier vehicles being attacked. It appears that these criminals are targeting the courier vehicles. In Bedfordview, there was a shooting. A security guard was seriously wounded. We also know that there were a number of other incidents. These courier vehicles are carrying a lot of cell phones and other valuable items, and they seem to be becoming a target. Also, doctors are now becoming more and more prone to criminals. We've had at least 40 incidents south of Johannesburg being reported, the Roodepoort area, Soweto, Lenasia, Annandale, Eldorado Park. These criminals walk in there, they hold up the patients in the waiting room, they ask for medication, they then go into the doctor's surgery. Some of them, most of the criminals are wearing the mask and they're covering their faces. And we also had the NHC Health Centre Group issuing a statement saying that north of Johannesburg, a number of doctors have fallen victim to criminals, and also in the...
Okay, we've lost Yusuf there, founder of Make SA Safe, but we got the gist of what he was explaining there. A worrying trend as far as attacks on medical workers and consignments of PPE meant for educators and children. Of course, all of this to do with the reopening of schools set for the 1st of June.